Hello, mysterious person behind the screen. Blu-rays, I love them. Anything that I could buy on Blu-ray, I will. Whether it be a TV show, a cartoon, a film, anything. It is the best way to watch movies, in my opinion. There's 4K, but I haven't upgraded to that yet, so I'm sticking with Blu-rays for now. But Doctor Who Blu-rays have been a bit of a problematic occurrence. While I really like the upscaling on the new series Blu-rays, because that's all they can do. They can only upscale it. They can't remaster it because it wasn't shot in high definition. They've given them excellent audio tracks, and I love listening to them, and they really boost the episodes up, in my opinion, so I love the new series Blu-rays. But today we're talking about a very, very specific story. Doctor Who, the TV movie. Now I know this rant is probably going to be a bit late, because this was released on Blu-ray, like, almost a year ago now, I think. In fact, I think it's over a year. It came out in, like, the September of last year, right? So I should have done this last year. But the thing is, this is annoying me more now, and I don't know why, so I just decided to do it now. So, we got the Doctor Who movie on Blu-ray. Finally! We've all been wanting this forever because it was shot on film and it can be remastered. So, you know, it's going to be that, right? It's going to be a fresh, new, new transfer with a new cleaned up audio track. Is it? Nah, it's just an upconvert of the standard 480p broadcast print. I wouldn't mind if they just said, listen, Fox or Universal or anyone that won't give us the rights to the film prints, therefore we can't release it. Don't just slap exactly the same contents on a Blu-ray disc. I think the reason I put this rant off late as well is because I only realised how little you're getting for your money here recently when I went over to watch this again recently. The picture is exactly the same as the standard DVD. And you could say that about the new series ones as well, but I actually can see a boost in colour in the new series Blu-rays. Like, the colours are boosted, the text on the title sequence and the credit names are sharper, obviously because they've had to be redone. But there's nothing like that for this. This is literally standard as you get. No colour boosting, nothing. It is the same as the standard DVD 480p picture quality. Which, okay, I wouldn't mind if we were getting some new special features, because this was released for the 20th anniversary, 20-year anniversary, retrospective documentary, something. Let's have a look, shall we? 2 audio commentaries, yep, that's on that one too. 7-year hitch, yep. Doctor Strange Love, yes. Electronic press kit, yes. Photo gallery, yes. Isolated score, yes. Production subtitles, yes. Who Peter, yes. VFX test, yes. It's exactly the same content. In fact, they haven't even bothered to port that other content over to another Blu-ray. They haven't even bothered to upscale any of that. It is literally a DVD. They've literally taken the DVD that was in this release, this special edition, put a new label on it and said, there you go, have that. That's just money grabbing. I'm sorry, but it is. And like I said, why bother releasing it at all if you're not going to do anything? If you're not going to upscale everything else, if you're not going to boost the colours, if you're not going to provide maybe a new commentary or some new bonus features, just don't bother. Because all this is buying the same thing in a blue case with different cover art. And this fits in with the standard Spearhead from Space Blu-ray, not the Steelbook, which makes me think eventually Xavier are going to do a Steelbook of this, and if it's this exact same release, keep it, don't bother. I'm not buying it again. Now, if you know anything about remastering TV shows or TV movies or films around that time that were shot on film of this quality, film stock of this quality, that was meant to be shown on TV, you know, it's a long and complicated process. You can't just slap it into high definition. You have to take apart the individual prints, make sure you use the right takes, get the widescreen things, because that's another thing. This is in 4:3. Not sure if there's a widescreen print available anywhere out there, but you know, do that. Re-render the CGI so it matches with the new high definition film prints, and make it sure it looked exactly like it did in 1996. Make sure the music sounds exactly like it did in 1996. Make sure the scenes cut and transition the exact same way they did in 1996. It is a long, hard process because you literally have to take it apart, rescan it into HD, and put it back together again. It's really hard, so maybe that's why we haven't had one I mean, I know that the rights are up in the air of who owns the prints, but it wouldn't surprise me if that's why as well, because the BBC just don't have the money to do something like that. You know, it's just so frustrating to me because it is shot on film. You can tell it's got very filmic texture to it, even in standard definition. It genuinely looks filmic. And I just keep thinking, how good would this look if this was given a full remaster? You know, if you don't believe me, look at how these things can be botched. Type in Buffy the Vampire Slayer HD. Yeah, I'll have some fun with that. They use the wrong takes frequently. They've zoomed it and cropped it to fit the widescreen so much that you honestly end up missing details of certain scenes, which makes me think if they just did a 4:3 HD thing, that would be fine. If you'd be losing out detail or whatever. They've completely messed up the new CG effects. In fact, in some cases they haven't even bothered to redo them. They've just upscaled the standard ones, and yeah, it's a complete disaster. However, if you want to see it done right, Star Trek The Next Generation. Star Trek The Next Generation's remastering process has been fantastic. I'm not even a Star Trek fan, but I understand that is an amazing remaster. It looks exactly like it did before, just put into HD. Now, it may seem like I'm anti-upscaling here. I'm not. But when something like this was shot that way and could be seen that way, I'm understandably a little pissed off. But what really grinds my gear the most is the speed. Now, this could be a long drawn-out process. Basically, DVDs that are released here in the UK and Europe under the PAL format have to be, if it's an NTSC signal, so an American film or TV show, it has to be accelerated in speed by 4% and pitched up so it can be converted to PAL, because there's different frame rates between the US and UK DVDs. That doesn't matter with Blu-ray because it's high definition. It runs at the standard 24 FPS for everything, which is why the new series Blu-rays are pitched down and slowed down, because you have to, otherwise it just the transfer process to Blu-ray wouldn't work. I don't mind it so much there because they haven't actually pitched down the audio, they've just slowed the speed, which is fine. The only time I notice it on those Blu-rays is on the title sequence. With the Doctor Who movie, when it was time to release it on DVD, obviously they had to speed it up and do the PAL speed up, which is fine for DVDs, but Blu-rays, even if you really go into upscale this, even if you're going to make it exactly the same as it was on DVD, fix the speed issue, because you can do it on this. It's not like a thing where it was like you didn't really have much choice on the new series ones, to be honest. You had to do it, otherwise it'd just mess everything up. With this one, you have a choice. You can pitch that down and have it as a stable image, which, unless that's part of the problem, because they've just literally taken the 480p off this and put it on here, so maybe it will create a jarring effect if you were to pitch it down. It can't be that hard though, surely. The new series Blu-rays, the actors don't sound deeper, they sound the same, just the speed lower. This, listen to McGann on Night of the Doctor or Big Finish, you know how he's supposed to sound. Once you hear that and then go back to these releases with the PAL speed up, it's not right, it doesn't sound right. And ever since I found out about PAL speed up a couple of years ago, I can't buy DVDs anymore because I know that I'm getting a faster image. It just bothers me like that. But sometimes it works. Like with the Spider-Man trilogy on DVD, I got the Blu-rays, and that's the versions I watched, but I bought the DVDs again because I actually quite like the music and how it sounds with the PAL speed up on, even though it's obviously not the intention. I actually quite like the sound of it with those. Plus, they're just nice collector's pieces because it's, kind of historic that way. And they got more bonus features on. But anyway, that's Spider-Man. But there's no excuse for this. The soundtrack would sound much better if it didn't have that crappy PAL speed up on it, and you can hear what the soundtrack does sound like on the actual soundtrack releases by the BBC. Unlike the remastering process, that wouldn't take much. That would not take much effort. So the next time we see a release of the TV movie on Blu-ray, I don't want another repackage. I don't want another new cover art. I don't want a new steelbook of this same release that we've had for over 5 years now. I want a remaster, please. And if Universal or Fox don't want to give up the rights, that's their problem. Just don't do another Blu-ray then, because it'll never happen. You won't be able to do it right. You just won't. So yeah, it's whatever, I guess. The movie needs that HD treatment nowadays, I think, and until it gets one, I'm going to keep campaigning for a remaster. BBC could surely work something out.